didn't kiss you yet. You can kiss later.
There's a lot of beard on beard going on.
I know.
Wish me luck.
Have at it, Timmy-o.
Hi, Richard. Nice to see you.
Good to see you. Everybody, Tim.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that lovely introduction. Hi. I can't see you. I'm going to do this a lot today. Wow, there's a lot of you out there. Hi, thanks for coming out, everybody. Well, thanks for being here. Good morning. Still morning? What are you doing? It's really.
I'm just crashing your panel.
Oh, good. What?
Because I love it when you talk about your pitch. Your pitch, your Kane Rowena pitch. Just mention it.
Oh.
So you can bring me back, that's all. No.
Here's the next Kane storyline. Kane in hell? Mixing it up? Come on. So, Richard did not lie. My name is Omundson. I play Kane on the television program Supernatural. I also play King Richard in a television program. And I was attracted last year. You know everything I've done. But I'm here for a little show called Supernatural. As a matter of fact, see. So, I'm gonna sit here and have a sip of coffee, and then I'm gonna start this way, and I'm gonna answer some of your questions, because otherwise, I would bore the heck out of you. First of all, how many children are in the audience?
Not me.
Is it, okay, I'm gonna do this. How young are you? Alright, well, that just spoiled it for everybody else, because now I'm going to keep my language relatively clean. Which, by the way, I used to... Oh, right dead set in front of me. There's the young man. I can't quite see. I'm going to be honest, I'm not paying attention to anything. Right now, not true. I am not only am I still asleep, I'm not even hungover. You're getting a rare treat today, because I'm firing on most of my cylinders. Yeah, so there's a few younger people in the crowd where, back in the old days, I wouldn't give a rat's patootie about that. But now that I have children of my own, I should probably clean up my act. Hello, good morning, how are you? Is there any way to get light in the question area so people can see who's being seen? Maybe? No? Alright, go screw yourselves. Oh, good, I can see now. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm super. Thanks for asking. I'm gonna come over here tonight so I can hear you. Yes.
So my question was, so you've done a wide range of shows like Psych, which I loved you, and by the way, Lassie was my favorite character. Felt like transitioning between the different genres, and which is your favorite genre to act in?
That's an excellent question to ask a narcissistic actor who likes to talk about himself. So, well played, madam. I have been intensely fortunate to get to dance between different genres, if you will. I don't have a favorite. I mean, lately it's been, you wouldn't know from Kane, but it's been comedy. It's really the last decade's been comedy with pepperings of murder, which is how I like it. I like to mix it up. I get bored very easily because I'm not that smart. So I like to do a little comedy, and then if I'm lucky enough, I like to do a little drama, killy, murder, and then a little laughy, and then a little shooty, and then maybe some sexy, depending on. Sexy this year. King Richard got a rating. That was really a first for me, getting to play a love interest, so that was weird. But I don't know what you said, I'm gonna ignore it. So I'm just let's hope it just keeps going that way, because it means I'm working. So, but thank you.
Thank you.
You're super welcome. We're gonna go over here now. Hi! How are you?
I'm sorry, I'm good. First of all I was hearing was blah, 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 Gallivant.
Right, excellent.
Naturally. So I have been watching Psych since the beginning. Of course, Lassiter is my favorite character.
Of course! Duh!
So what I need to know, the burning question for me, is what was your favorite scene to shoot with Maggie Lawson?
A little aw for Maggie Lawson. Tell you what time is it there? You got me to call Maggie. Just check what time it is. I'm good with math. It is 8:30. She might. She's up. Yeah, there's her. Maggie Lawson, for those of you who don't know, play my partner on the television program Psych, and for 8 years, really, and in doing so became one of my closest friends, because she's awesome. She's not gonna pick up though, she rarely picks up. I think she doesn't speak wrong. She's more of a texter. She has a little phone phobia. Again, I'm still ringing. I know this is riveting. This is what you get for. Nah. Maggie, it's Tim. Hang on, I'm gonna put you on speakerphone. Everybody say hi to Maggie. Supernatural convention in the Washington, D.C., Virginia area, and the second question from a very nice person was, what was my favorite scene to do with Maggie Lawson? And there was an audible aww just at the mention of your name, so I thought you'd like to know that. I'll give my beer. Bye-bye. I got two favorite scenes. I'm sure you already know there. The first one was the clock tower. Okay, where, Lassiter and O'Hara, her character had a very, not antagonistic, but he was a bit of a jerk in the beginning to her. He didn't like having this young little girl as a partner. And eventually they came to respect and really care for each other. And in, what season was it?
I believe it was
Sure, whatever. About that, towards the end of the back half of the show, she's kidnapped by a psycho killer, and he saves her in a way that is lovely and heroic. And it's not that. It's the hug we have afterwards, where she breaks down, and you see these two people who genuinely, platonically love each other, have this moment and he. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. And James Roday, who was our lead actor, directed that episode. I believe he co-wrote it with his partner Todd Harthan, and it was gorgeous. And he chose the amazing soundtrack to go with it, if you get a chance. What's the episode called? Is it Yin or Yang?
the episode, gosh, I'm like...
I thought you were a super fan!
You're talking about I was born because I like the...
Anyway, half of you are so bored right now. I'd be for human intro stories. That's not how you sound, by the way. It's just like turn voice. Anyway, it's an amazing episode. My second favorite scene to do with Maggie is the one which was our goodbye scene, where if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to totally spoil it because you should have seen it by now. We have a goodbye scene where she gets transferred, and it was the most emotional scene I'd ever done in my life. We were bawling our eyes out, and the characters were crying, and we were crying. And again, James Roden directed that episode, and he knows real life friendship, and so he just wrote the hell out of that. And Kirsten Nelson directed that episode. I beg your pardon, Kirsten, wherever you are. That wasn't her debut? It was her directorial debut. Anyway, that's it. I'm not going to tell any more of those stories because I can tell I've lost half of you. Thank you, though. Hey, let's have more questions about me so I can talk about myself.
Hi, Kane. My question is, where do you think that your soul went to after Dean ended it? Because you were the Knight of like you started everything, but because your initial sacrifice was for your brother, do you think that you up, down, or purgatory?
Fantastic question. I'm gonna answer this in a rather cryptic way. He's not dead. It's not like any of the writers told me this. It's not like, but come on, we didn't see him die. There's a reason they shot him that way. No one ever died on this show. Plus, I had lunch with Robbie Thompson a couple of months ago. Lovely, talented, beautiful Robbie Thompson, who wrote my first episode, who I've been friends with for a long, long time. And basically bought him lunch so I can get back on the show. Which is how we do it. If he is no longer in mortal form, shall we say, at this particular moment, he's in hell. That's what I think. Despite what he did for his brother, the fact that, that's what put him on that path in the first place, a nice act towards your brother still does not quite wipe out the culling of half of humanity. So, he's in hell, getting it on through this character. Again, that is my shameless pitch, and don't think I didn't pitch that to Ryan. Hello?
If you could read anyone's mind, who would you read?
If I could read anyone's mind, who would I read? My wife's. Just tell me. Please tell me what you're thinking. Just stop. I've been with her for 23 years and I still can't figure it out. I use women in general. No, actually it would have been, I'm going to make it a group. All the girls I dated when I was young, teenager young, trying to figure out what the hell goes on in their minds, because God knows I couldn't figure it out. Good answer? Thank you. It's really the main answer. She asked a very specific question, I just totally generalized that. Just so you need to be a little tougher on me. Good morning.
Hi, Tim. I wanted to know what your most amusing experience is with the cast.
My what?
Your most amusing experience with the cast.
Backstage at these things is my most amusing experience. It wasn't a lot of yucks shooting my episodes. Especially at Executioner Song. There was not a lot of tomfoolery those days, just because it was such an intense storyline. I love doing these things. I love this. I call these conventions a traveling circus. Like this is all these guys and gals back here. We are performers in a traveling carnival, and we are essentially carnies. And I mean, some good-looking carnies, don't get me wrong. Especially the boys with the blue eyes who play the... So it's not so much amusing, I have such a great time with this group of people. And been lucky enough to have great times with them in different countries and different bars throughout the world. Even just getting off a plane in Australia with these fellas, having no idea which way is up, and off our bags and going, well, we're gonna go get a drink, right? Like, I think it's morning, but okay. And just sort of wandering around with Richard and and Jensen and Cliff, and just wandering through Melbourne, going, I don't know where we're going. Let's go here and hang out. And that's really the most amazing time. It's just the backstage, on the road part, having fun with these guys. Oh, gee, we just did a convention in Birmingham, and one of us is staying at the Savoy. Not me, by the way. Guess which one? It wasn't me. And let's meet at the American Bar on the Savoy and have some cocktails till 4 o'clock in the morning, because we're in London. That's pretty nice. Thank you, big motion. Are you plotting my answer or you're plotting her question? This is always confusing me. Well, okay. I feel better about that. Hi.
Good morning, fellow Hamel Trash. So, I was lucky enough to be at DCCon 2 weeks ago when you graced us with your amazing King George, and I'm wondering if I can beg and plead for a repeat performance because there is a ton of Hamel Trash in this place.
For those of you who don't quite know, she just called me Hamilton Trash. Who knows what that is? Who does not know what Hamilton Trash is? Okay, I feel really sorry for you. Hamlet, she's of course referring to one of the greatest musicals ever written, which I have made no secret of my love for this show on the Twitter. A few weeks ago at DCCon, I broke into song for one of the King George. I want to play King George. I think we were all pretty aware of the fact that I really want to play that role. Unfortunately, Jeffrey Groff, who currently plays it, is incredibly wonderful. I'll never sing like him. But so I sang this song, and I sang a few bars, and then I of course, I'm a narcissist. I went and looked at it online because I knew somebody was going to post it. It was a little off. It wasn't quite right. I hadn't warmed up, and it was a little flat. And then someone sends it to Lin-Manuel on Twitter saying, "Hey," and I'm like, "No, it wasn't ready. My audition wasn't ready yet." Don't send this to Lin-Manuel. Unless it's really good. You say the price of your love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your teeth that you hurl in the sea as you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. That's amazing. That's it. Thank you for indulging me. I listen to this soundtrack every gosh darn day. And I think my kids are sick of it. We'll get in the car now. What do you want to listen to in the car? Hamilton. All right, kids. My 11-year-old knows every freaking word. I'm so proud of her. Hello.
Hi. My 5 and 4-year-olds absolutely love Gallivant.
Which ones?
5 and 4.
They're smart kids.
When I told them that you'd be here, they said, "Can we ask a question?" So they want to know what color Tad Cooper is.
He's dragon colored. He's sort of like a mood ring. Of course, she's referring to my dragon. William Shatner is somehow decide to give me crap that Tad Cooper's a lizard. This is on the Twitter. And we go back and forth. I think he's finally convinced, because enough people spam his Twitter account that Tad is actually a dragon. But feel free to continue if you need to. He's like a moon ring, so sometimes he's sort of dragony gray, sometimes he gets a little shimmer, kind of like the color of that lovely girl's dress right there. Sort of a little blue-green. If he's really pissed off, he gets a little orange. That's when you need to put on the fire suit. But that's an excellent question, so tell them thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So you've been...
Wait, where you been? Everything okay? Just take a call? Wash your hands? You good? Yeah, missed you. Let's go back. So she asked a question. Yes, good morning.
Hi, good morning. So you've been on site for a long time, and the cast seems to get along really good, especially you and Maggie and Cor. I know you haven't been on that many episodes of Supernatural, but we always hear about how wonderful the cast get along, especially Jared and Jensen. Can you confirm or say, oh, that's not what happened?
Confirm or deny what part?
That the cast, get along so well, especially Jared and Jensen.
On this show?
Yes.
Hang on. Biggest sons of bitches Okay, seriously, they pay me to be like, oh, they're so great, they're so handsome. Jensen is such a giving actor. Jared's so tall, first of all. He's not that tall. Look at his feet. He got heels like that. Misha, contacts. I mean, look, I don't want to bite the hand that feeds me, but I can't keep up this ruse of I'm much longer. They're not here till tomorrow, right? What? Shit. Misha's my favorite. Just, let's keep this in the room. Okay? Keep it in the room. Morning.
Good morning. I just want to say that I've loved you since Jericho. I'm that old.
What a show! Who saw Jericho? That's one that went before its time.
Such a great show.
And that is, Jericho is what brought me to you, because that's where I first met a young little, wet behind the ears cup reporter named Robbie Thompson.
So my question is, we've either seen you be, the straight guy in a comedy like in Psych, which was the best show after Supernatural, or to be the scary guy in Supernatural. And I'm just curious, as an actor, what's harder to do? To keep a straight face next to James Roday?
Although keeping a straight face in front of James Roday and Do They Know is virtually impossible. Those are the evidence of that. It's not that one is harder. It just truly depends on the performer, the actor or actress, and what they're doing. I am very lucky that, like I said before, I get to sort of play in both worlds a lot, and so I can kind of keep both those sets of muscles limber, if it makes sense. I mean, the fact that it's no accident, and I don't mean this in an arrogant way, it's no accident that I was able to get on Gallivant having just done Psych, because when I read the script for Gallivant, I was like, oh, I know exactly how to do this, and those sort of improv muscles and those witty muscles were so big and strong. I'll be curious to see what I go to next. We don't know if there's going to be a season 3 of the deliciousness that was Gallivant, so we'll see. If I don't go back to that show, I would probably like to go on to back to the murdery, shooty, sexy time shows. Whatever that is.
So I was wondering, did you grow all this stuff out for a role, or did you kind of fell into the role as you had it?
Oh, a question about my beard.
The beard, the hair, just the whole nine.
How do I love questions about my pursuitness? I truly do. Here's the story. Here's the story of the lusciousness that is my beard. Also known as hashtag Kingsbeard. Which, before it was hashtag Kingsbeard, it was hashtag Kingsbeard. Just so you know. So, on the television program Psych, as you may or may not know, I was very clean shaven, much like a handsome young Jensen Ackles. Just baby-faced and smooth and short and spiky hair. And I would work on that show 6 months on, 6 months off. And the second, actually, the morning of my last day at work, for 8 years, 8 seasons, I would grow a beard. That was the last time I would shave until someone would pay me to shave. So subsequently, I grew a high-ass beard, which has been well documented on the Twitter of hashtag #highasbeard. I like the hashtags about my beard, obviously. So I grew this baby, and about 2 months after Psych ended, I had my first audition for Gallivan. So it was there. It was maybe 6 weeks. I had a nice beard going. And again, I will grow this stuff out until either my wife forces me to shave it because I look like a hobo, or not, or until someone pays me for the gift right for the character. But I always grow it because this is much more me than the clean shaven, and the parts that you get to play, I find, with this kind of look, tend to be more fun for me because they're more of the murdery, shooting, sexy times. That's how I did before.
So you like it then?
I do, yes, I do like it, and I will try and keep this. No. Look, guys, it's too itchy. You get past the itchy in a couple of weeks. Suck it up. Suck it up, Sally. Grow a beard like a man. So I went in for Gallivan, and it took me 5 months to get that job for various reasons, between the first audition and actually getting it. And in the meantime, I just kept growing my beard, and massive. And on my last audition, when I finally met the director, on the way out of the room, he goes, even the beard, it's not just a beard, it's a king's beard. I swear to God, I knew that's when I had the job. Thank you very much. And then this season 2, where the hair got a little longer, I showed up to set, because I didn't cut my hair off season 1, all year long. So I grew up, it was here season 1 and down here season 2. And I said to my director producer is, hey, can we do this? Can we do the crazy long hair wild man king for a while? Because he's been on a ship for 6 months. God bless him, they said yes, and then that's why we have all this. You're welcome.
I'm a fan of Dick long hair too, so you look great, man.
If you get stuck in a lawnmower. Hello!
Hello! I recall a story when you were filming the scene in the prison where you are supposed to be ominously walking down the corridor. You said at one point that somebody filtered in one of your songs from Gallivan and you sang and danced your way down the corridor. It did not make it on the bloopers. Could you please tell us which song it was and maybe give a demonstration?
Beautiful director, producer Phil. I think it was my first day back, and the first shot was, the long corridor of him being spooky on the way down the corridor, and the shots of his feet. And about halfway down the spooky corridor, I hear, I want to shoot him with the crossbow. I like to stab him in the eye. To liberate his head from the neck, and then pump the bloody Rex. Which was my song from Pilot Gallivan. And about halfway through, I'm walking out, I'm like, what the hell? And again, my brain doesn't process things quickly, and then it dawned on me that they was playing a funny. They was fun in me, and I went with it and did a little pirouette, and then turned around and came back towards the camera singing the song. And I think it didn't make it on there because they probably didn't have the rights to that song because it's Alan Franken Menken. So that's, I can only assume, because it was comedy gold, people. Thank you, that's the story.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Love your dress, love the bag, love the shoes, love the crown. Stand up, stand. By the way, who are you dressed as? Madalena from
we have a question for you. Well, actually, I feel like I just want to talk about your beard more, but
I got
what songs are more fun to sing, Psych or Gallaudet?
The Gallaudet songs. And nothing, to take nothing away from, you don't know, we did a little 2-hour musical on the Psych television program called Psych the Musical, which was written by Steve Franks, the creator of our show, who's also an amazing musician. You can't quite compare those songs to the songs on Gallaudet because, again, they were written by Alan Menken, with lyrics written by a gentleman named Glenn Slater, who is probably one of the top 3 lyricists in the world, who is a man whose lyrics are so funny, I thought they were written by Dan Folkman, who created our show. Plus I had like one thing sort of soloing number in Psych the Musical. I didn't have a big one, and just the stuff I get to do on Gallaudet is mind-blowing for Broadway trash like myself, who just wants nothing more than to go. Galaudet the answer. Thanks. Cool. Thank you. And nothing to take away from Steve Franks. Hell of a man, very tall and good kisser. Yes.
Hi there. I'm a huge fan of Thrilling Adventure, our podcast.
Awesome.
And I had a question of how you got involved with Thrilling Adventure with the Work Juice Players, and if there's any chance you're going to be involved in any little one-off shows they do in the future.
Thrilling Adventure, for those of you who don't know, is a podcast on, I think you can get it on Nerdist Network. It's out there, just punch in Thrilling Adventure. It is one of the most enjoyable things I've gotten to do as an actor. It's an old-timey radio show. We would record it at Largo. They've been doing it for 10 years. I just came on to it about 2 or 3 years ago. And everyone gets dressed up in a nice suit, and you perform in front of an audience, script in hand, microphones, there's a great band. It's sort of serialized. There's a Western, there's a detective show, but it's a little off-kilter. The Western is a Western on Mars, because why not? Anyway, they reached out to me on the Twitter, and someone said, hey, would you come play with us? And I reached out back and said, well, what the hell is this? And they sent me a link, I'm like, what the hell is this? I need in on this. And it's, there's a core group of actors called the Work Juice Players that are some of the most talented people I've ever come across. Like world-class improvisers and P.F. Tonkin and Paget Brewster, and the list goes on and on and on. And become some of my favorite people. They asked me to do Comic-Con because they have a traveling show as well. And I couldn't do it because I was busy with Psych, so I said, hey, I do have a friend in town this is right up his alley, a little fella named Richard Spate. So I got Richard involved, and he took to it like a fish in bourbon. And then we were able to get another gentleman involved named Robert Benedict. And it's just the most fun actors get to have at sort of no stakes whatsoever. Literally, you show up, they hand you a script, you just have to dress well and try not to get too drunk backstage before you go on. Try is the operative word. And there's singing as well, but you never know who's going to show up. Like one day, we'll be sort of rehearsing, you get the script an hour before, like show up at 5, and you go to this little bar near the theater, and you read the lines for this time. Like, oh, there's John Hamm. Oh, that's Michael Sheen. Oh, that's, you never know. Garrett Dillahunt. It's quite amazing. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. I don't know which ones I'm in, but it actually doesn't matter whether I'm in or not. It's just that good. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And by the way, the one-offs, to the other part of your question, yeah, every now and then there's like a concert movie out there. We still do the occasional pop-up, like holiday show or traveling show. I know they were talking about doing a Beyond Belief pilot for a while. They're trying to make that into a TV show. I don't know if it's going to happen. They've been trying to do that for a couple years. So those guys are constantly coming up with new ideas. So I don't think it'll be dismal. Check it out, drinkinventure.com or something. .org, something. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I've been better.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can fix that, shall we?
I've been a big fan of you as Lassie on Psych. I love your luscious locks.
That's what?
Your luscious locks.
Thanks.
I think you should take it out.
Hang on, she's referring to this.
How hard was it to transition from Psych to Supernatural, because they're two different shows?
Excellent question. I was moonlighting on Supernatural while I was doing Psych. The funny thing is, they shot directly across the lot. It's different times though. So the crews, half the crew is my Psych crew. So that part was very easy. I don't mean to sound like I'm being flippant, but it's what I do. It all starts with script, and those scripts were so good that, and I knew the show, I watched the show, I know the tone of the show, and I sort of knew exactly what to do with the guy, in a way. So it was pretty easy. Because like I said, I've spent my whole career sort of going back and forth. Luckily, thank God. But again, those guys, Robert wrote me just beautiful, beautiful scripts that you just have to stand there and say the words. And
thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you. You guys like impressions? Maybe this way. I got the bug when I was a kid, 7th grade drama class. By 16, realized this is what I wanted to do, and I sucked at everything else. Started taking classes outside. I grew up in Seattle, which is a great theater city, started taking theater classes. Went to the University of Southern California, got a theater degree with a young actor named Richard Speight. Those of you who don't know, Richard and I, we've been friends for 30 years. So that's one of the other reasons I love doing this, because I get to spend time with Rich, and we both got kids and busy lives. We never see each other in LA. Now we don't see too much of each other. Like I said, got a theater degree. Got lucky. It took me a year to unlearn everything I learned in theater school to get a job on TV. For some reason, I got cast on a little show called Seinfeld. This is my very first job. I had 3 lines that I do. I don't know what I did to get the job, but whatever I did was funnier than what the redheaded guy did who went against me. And then I didn't work for another 6 months. Like literally the day after getting my SAG card, I went back to serving burgers at Johnny Rockets and could not understand why people didn't understand. I was famous! I was just on Seinfeld, gosh darn it, why am I serving you fries? That of course is life, and then it was sort of up and down the ladder for about a decade, about 8 years of you get a job, and then you get broke, and then you go get a regular job, and then you get an acting job, and you think, oh, this is the one, and then you're broke, and I said to myself, if I could just get 2 jobs in a row. Literally, if I could just get 2 gigs in a row, that will get me ahead on my bills, and I can stop living paycheck to paycheck, and I can just get a little bit ahead, as I know many people go through that experience. And I worked all sorts of jobs. I think I was married by then, and just, you know, is this ever really going to work? It's been a decade almost. Is this ever going to take off? And the bar where I was working, the door at finally closed, and a buddy of mine had a company that moved furniture into rich people's houses. So, but it's not like a moving company. He worked for a designer, so some fancy person would come into a store in Beverly Hills and go, "I found that one," and he would take that thing and put it on his down. I don't like it, take it away. Anyway, this is my buddy's company, and he's like, "Listen, man, I will give you $60 a day, cash. Just come with furniture for me." And I went, "Screw it, manual labor, okay." Like, I am back to, I was a hot tub roofer. Like, I'm not afraid of manual labor. It's like, God damn it, after a decade, I got back to moving furniture. But I swear, it's because you sort of humble yourself to the universe. The very next day, I got a call from my pal Ted Raimi, who was on a show called Xena. And mind you, I looked like this, just with less gray and younger and tighter abs. And hair down to here and beard, and he said, "They're looking for a Jesus-type character. And I recommended you." And I went in and I got the job. And it was 2 episodes, but I had an episode off in between, so basically I got paid for a month. And it was the job that got me ahead of my bills, and it's the last time. Moving that couch into that horrible woman's house was the last time I ever did anything for money that didn't involve fishing. Hi guys!
Boo, Mike Borja.
Okay, I'm gonna be really quick now. Okay, how much time we got?
You got time.
You're good. Plenty of time. Hi.
So my question was about Kane, and I was just wondering if, from any of the characters before Kane's time on the show, who do you think he would have had the most interesting interaction with?
I didn't watch the show. Wait, as Kane? Trickster would have really pissed him off. Here's my answer, Trickster.
Hey, so Tim, you want to power through a little speed round here?
Yeah, by the way, do you guys get who I am?
You're Jared.
And right on the nose, it'll take a while.
You're Jared and Buddy Holly had a child.
Yes, I think I
There we go.
There you go. That's it.
All right, I'll take this side, you take that side. Speed round. All right, you. Speed round.
Sam?
Hi, Sam.
I was wondering whose hair is nicer, yours or Jared?
You or Jared? Who wins the hair off?
Mine.
Okay,
you kidding?
Timmy O.
Jesus, have you seen this?
Anybody over there?
I think even you would answer that one.
By the way, this Q&A just got personal.
Well, you just asked a question. Speed round! Speed round!
What is the quirkiest item you've ever taken from one of your sets?
Oh, God. Quirkiest item, Wrestler's badge. Maybe he's gun.
We're not saying that. Here we go.
Hi, I was wondering if Kane could, when Kane makes his entrance, how is he going to enter back into Supernatural? Like, what's his big entrance?
He's gonna come in the middle of a hurricane, like, being shot out of the butt of a unicorn.
Hi, what do you think a showdown between Lassie and Kane would look like?
A showdown between Lassiter and Kane. Kane would kill him very quickly because he's Kane, and bullets don't work on him. Notice Lassiter's judo. Yes.
So you said that you didn't think that Kane was actually dead, but wouldn't Amara still be locked up if he was
still alive?
She's calling you a liar. This is a Q&A way of calling you a liar.
I don't understand the question, counselor.
I think she's saying, if Kane were alive, would he still have the darkness at bay, under wraps?
Oh, no?
Exactly. That requires so much to show.
Which one were you again?
You.
Hey!
Hey!
Suck it! Alright, anyways.
Speed round!
I know, speed round. I was gonna ask you, did you actually learn how to ride horseless for Gallivant?
I already knew how to ride a horse, little lady. It's part of the, it's in the actor's tool bag. Oh.
You know what I'm really excited about, by the way?
What are you excited about, Richard?
Timothy Omundson and I, a man I've known for 30 years.
I just told him.
He and I are doing one of our rare photo ops today, which fires me up.
Say what?
Richard and Dick together. King Richard, King Dick.
Double King Dick.
Timmy and Richie photo ops. That fires me up.
Hey, guess what else is fun? Timo is going to be singing with us tonight at the Saturday Night Special.
It's great. We love having this kid here. We're so happy. There was many years ago, Tim Omundson used to come to Supernatural conventions before he was on the show.
I would crash karaoke.
I know.
Because I like you guys run around. I like you so much.
And now we have him. We own him. He's permanent. Ladies and gentlemen, Timothy Omundson.